Here's one of those stories that's kind of like an oh man kind of a story. Um, Before I worked at Sigma, Sigma was sold by Joe Tarsia to the new owner, Mario Santura, and that was in 2003. And Mario was a developer. And the first thing that he did when he took over the Sigma building is he gutted the whole downstairs, which was the tech room and all the paperwork and that. So he took everything out of there and threw it all in the dumpster, just so he could put a lobby down in the basement. So when you walked into Sigma and you went downstairs, there was little tables. It was very nice, so you could sit down and have your lunch or whatever. But by doing that, he threw out, like, I heard there was an index card system of every single session that went through Sigma. He threw that all out. So all the notes of every session that was going on all got thrown in a dumpster. And a lot of the tech gear all got thrown in a dumpster. So it was just amazing. All the stuff he just took and he threw it all in the dumpster. Now, Mario wasn't an audio guy. He was just a construction guy. And he kept on saying that, people buy yachts. And instead of him buying a yacht, he just wanted to buy Sigma. So I think he didn't know any better, but it was just such a bad idea what he did doing that. But it kind of brings up the thought, with all these legendary studios going out of business, it may not be a bad idea to check out their dumpsters as they're, moving out, because I get the feeling that a lot of stuff is going to get thrown out that doesn't need to get thrown out. But they probably saying, well, we have no place to store it. We're out of business. We don't need it anymore. So we're going to throw it in the dumpster. And that kind of brings up another story, that when the Warehouse recording studio was they went out of business. That all got gutted. The dumpster outside there, the whole, whatever tapes were in the tape room got thrown out. And I remember Obi, he grabbed me he found a reel of tape that it said Cinderella on it. And then he knew I was good friends with the guys from Cinderella. And I talked to Tom Kiefer about that. And it was, they had recorded at the Warehouse recording studio with Greg Bissonette as the drummer. They were trying him out on this one album. And they did a bunch of recordings that it just didn't work out. So they just didn't use any of it. But he handed me that tape and he said, here, if you want to give it back to Cinderella or do whatever. I eventually had it all transferred. So I have all those audio files someplace. But again, a studio going out of business and they just threw everything. They just threw all their tapes out. But it's going to be interesting when these studios all, they're going out of business and they don't need a lot of the stuff that they have.